Uh, hello,
Hello.
Sparkle.
Sparkle, sparkle.
Hello, I'm Gwendolyn.
Hi, Sparkle.
I'm Jevona.
I'm Jeannie.
What's sparkling in your world, ladies? Should we start off
Yeah.
with getting tuned in with our hearts?
That sounds
Yes.
great.
And our music master, Gwendolyn, will be back on screen in just a moment. Yeah, let's take a moment to get into the present moment. What's sparkling? What wants to sparkle up in conversation today?
Tuning into our source, love.
Breathing it all in, feeling how delicious it is.
Just by taking this deep breath, 1, 2, 3, you just get into our center. You can even put your hand on your heart. How you feeling?
I'm sparkling.
Sparkle.
So I have a new bug story. The other day.
Yay.
So if anybody hasn't watched it, you have to go tune back to episode 4 of the stink. I had stories about stink bugs, but this one was a different one. It was so like it just caught me off guard. I was just in a moment of like, and I feel like they're just messengers sometimes to just like put us back to center. So all of a sudden it was like this teeny. It was so tiny, and then I did draw it because I didn't take a picture, but so it had this is big, but it was really tiny, like the tiniest thing, like probably the edge of my nail. So the body
Is
was,
that the tail or the head?
so that's the head. This long thing was the weird part. That was his head. That was the front part. And had these two little like walking things. And then it had like
You're a
these
little bit
like,
off camera, hon.
wait,
Yeah.
Go the
okay, wait,
other way.
Yeah.
okay, there we go.
Yeah.
It was just like this long part of the head. Like that was the long
Here.
part.
Oh my
So,
God.
right? It was just like, I was just like, and so
Was it black?
yes, it was black, but it was just that long head. And I was just like, what is this? Like, you come from a different dimension? Like, I don't know. Just for me. And so then, of course, I go and get the Kleenex because that's just usually what I do. And I get a Kleenex but I have this place in the bathroom that I'm like, I'm just going to put you on the bathroom ledge, just, so he's safe because he was on the floor. And he just sort of sat on he would sit on the Kleenex for a bit, and then I would kind of push it off to be like, get off on the ledge. And so I would talk to it a little bit. I even touch it, and I was just like, it would to move, so it was still alive and everything. So it was there for like, so this whole day, every time I'd go to the bathroom, I'd be like, where's my little bug? Is my little bug still there? It's still there, this, there, whatever. So all of a sudden, like, I ended up moving that piece of Kleenex. So it was just him on there. And then the next day, he wasn't there. I was like, oh, where'd he go? And I'm looking for him, not anywhere there. So I was like, okay, maybe he found his way somewhere else. But then, like, the third day, I was going pee and the toilet paper ran out. So I grabbed another roll and I put the roll on top of the ledge, not even thinking. I put it on the ledge and I thought, okay, I'm going to do that. And then as the toilet paper was like over and threw it away, I go grab the toilet roll. I go to almost put it down there, but for whatever reason, I looked at it and the bug was on the edge of the toilet paper roll. It wasn't, so it wasn't there the day before. It was gone, couldn't find it. But of course, it found this toilet roll that I was like, really? Of course, you're going to be on the toilet roll. You got to be on somewhere that's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's into luxury.
Right? I was just like, but the toilet roll, like he's like, okay, Jevona, I'm playing with you. Like that's our creation, right? I'm creating these funny bugs to play with me. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna get you back off the toilet roll, and I put it back on the ledge, off the toilet roll. I'm like, anyways, I haven't seen him today yet. This was like the last day I haven't seen him, so I'm curious when he's gonna pop up next. But I just thought I had to share that because I was just like, he's always like, they're always in that space where you're like, they just pop up out of nowhere, and it's just like, oh my gosh, creation having fun.
And didn't you say
That's so
that his appearance, or not his, but the other stink bug's appearance stimulated a whole channel in your friend?
Oh, yes. Oh, that's right. Yes. So when I was on one of my calls, Karen, this lady who we're going to get to come on our Sparkle show, but she said that when I shared this, no, she's saying about like how, because of the Sparkle show that we have, she saw this lizard on her deck, and she was like, I'm going to channel this lizard. So she read this lizard channel for us, and it was like the channel, which she'll come and share with us on our show, was exactly what I feel like the bug came from. Like, I was like, I didn't have to channel it. It's so neat how we're all so connected in this oneness that I was thinking like, oh, I should have channeled this bug. But then as she was saying the channel to us, I was like, wow, that feels like it came from this bug that I didn't even have to channel because someone else channeled for me. And it was like, even though it was for her, it was for me. Like,
it felt like the same message that bug was bringing to you.
Yes.
And I love that she was inspired to channel the lizard after listening to our episode about the ravens and how we were.
No, it wasn't even ravens yet. It was bugs.
Oh, it was the other bug. I thought it was the raven one.
I don't know which one it was. I'm not sure exactly which one she said. She just said after like watching our show. She even says
she might have jumped ahead.
Yeah, but she like also with our dancing and your song that you created, Gwendolyn, that she says that she finds herself singing to it and dancing, and her husband was like, what are you singing? And so then he kind of was like, getting curious about these songs or this song, and that she was dancing to it. So it's very catchy. So I just love that.
Yeah.
As we're sharing.
And it's so fun to hear this. Yeah, because this is the whole reason to do the Sparkle show, is not only to just light us up within by the three of us getting together, but to share that and have it sparkle up with everybody else. So the fact that she shared that and that she's being inspired by it is really, this is the point of the Sparkle show, is to light that sparkle oneness within us all and just delight in this innocent excitement about life that wants to come through and everything and everyone.
Yes, and then us talking about this weird little bug.
Yeah.
So this little bug wanted to come on our show.
And I don't know what the reference is. Maybe you've read the book, because I actually got the book, but I never read it, by Elizabeth Gilbert. She did a book, and it was all about like botany and people, because I love the fact that you didn't take a photo, that you actually drew the bug. And this is what all of those botanists, the scientists, did back in the early
before
late 1800s, early 1900s. They would go out into the field and they would do these beautiful drawings of flowers and bugs and everything. And when you said I don't have a photo, I drew it, that book just flashed. And I think it was like Midnight in the Garden of, what was that book that Elizabeth Gilbert wrote? Anyways, it's all about that. And I'm going to have to look for that book. I think I may have given it to my sister-in-law, who has now become a horticulturist. So I wonder if I had influence on that. Just thinking. But anyways, so I just love that. That was a great detail.
And who's to say that these bugs and even Karen's lizard are not appearing because they want to be featured on the Sparkle show?
That's exactly.
Totally. Yeah.
I mean, that could be, we could be like gathering a menagerie, like a wildlife following.
But all of creation. But all of creation, like don't forget the garbage cans.
Yeah, and it's like when we were talking about being, playing pretend, and how I used to play house, pretend house, And all of my kids and entourage were various beings. They weren't all just like dolls that look like humans. They were stuffed animals. I think I had some rocks in there. I mean, so I love that our audience is beginning to include.
It's just open up to these possibilities. Like,
Yes.
we are not alone. This is a oneness. This is our magical
And that's what else
heaven on earth.
What else would interdimensionality look like in a physical reality other than these types of crossovers?
Yeah. And you
Energy.
don't have to go, I mean, you can go wherever you want to engage in that different beingness, right? Beyond the human. But it's fun because there's so much here on this beautiful planet, and engaging with, it's all one consciousness. It's just different levels of that consciousness.
And see, Jevona, if you did, oh, sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry. Jevona, if you weren't open to communicating with the bugs, this would have never happened.
Yeah.
You know,
that's like the feeling with the raven that one time. It's just like sometimes we not say anything, but I feel like it's better to say these things and talk about it, because it just opens up to all the other possibilities and all the other consciousness that wants to play with us, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love that, because I actually did my channeled writing, or my writing this morning, where I tuned in, and it said, there's so much more to this incredible game than you can currently imagine. No big leaps, just a constant expansion into that what is possible now, and it is endless, eternal, and magnificent. Just contemplate. We don't want to use the word think here. Just contemplate within the shift and expansion into what you now believe and know for sure is possible. Now multiply that, because it picks up speed as you allow, believe, and expand into more. You are limitless, and so is every particle of creation. The key is love, which matches the frequency you most desire to exist in, as this is the frequency of home, of eternal beingness of all. Feel that innocent excitement bubbling up as you contemplate this unlimitedness. We are so thrilled to be here with you.
Oh,
rock on, baby. And it's that, like, contemplate. A year ago, what was your awareness of possibilities? And now, a year later, as we've been resting more and more and expanding our awareness of what is possible, now contemplate that. And this morning when they told me to contemplate, don't think, contemplate, I could feel like all this life force just bubbling up within me of excitement of, okay, the game's getting bigger, because she's now expanding into more awareness of the infinite possibilities available in this beautiful game.
So fun.
So exquisite.
I love that. I love that channel, Jeannie. Love it.
That was so beautiful,
Thank
Jeannie.
you. But this is what we're all resting in. It's like, oh, here's a visitor. Let me go engage with him, right? Like,
I love that, like, just the gentle expansion, you know, like, you're not going to be asked to jump off a cliff. No, just feel what's here in a new way.
Coming into that stillness, right? And just feeling it.
Well, guys, it's time to wrap up. I think we're going to be talking about raining millions next time.
Oh, yes.
Hey, thank you, Gwendolyn, Jevona, and everyone. This has been amazing. You
light. You shine so bright. You sparkle. You are the light. You shine so bright. You sparkle, 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 sparkle.
Love you, girls. Love you, girls.
Love you,
Love you,
Sparkles.
Sparkles.